Hello, everybody, and welcome to another special edition of Hop Takes here on Milwaukee Beer Review. As always, I'm Josh.
And I'm Ross.
And we are continuing our way through the BJ's Crafty Tap out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, their advent calendar from late 2024. We are officially on beer 3 out of the box.
Yep.
Only 21 more to go after this.
We'll finish sometime in the summer.
Yeah. But again, they're super fun beers for us to do like this in this format on the channel, and I'm excited to see what is in mystery beer number 3.
Mine's actually in decent shape this time.
Look at you!
No
look at you!
So
yeah, all right. So let's unfold these.
Oh, so Toppling Goliath, caramel apple Fandango. So that's
that.
different.
I don't think I've had this from Toppling Goliath.
I've had one of their Fandangos before. This is kind of like a series they do. Sediment is normal, so maybe give it a quick roll.
Yeah. It says, this unique sour beer features rich caramel flavors balanced with the crisp, tart notes of fresh green apples. All the flavor of a caramel apple, none of the stick. Toppling Goliath makes good beers, albeit expensive. This sounds a lot like a Nosy Neighbor beer,
yeah.
Bobbin for Caramel.
I'm not gonna lie, when I was unfolding it, like I kind of saw the caramel apple, I was like, no way. And then I saw
that would have been a fun send off for Mobcraft here.
Yeah. So
okay,
all right.
Caramel apple sour. I am excited. Pour it out. I'm guessing it's going to be a darker golden color or a lighter one, I guess.
I'm guessing it's the color it is.
Oh, I can already smell the green apples.
I know, just the
way away from my face.
As I'm pouring it, I can smell it.
Yeah. Now, mine does look that dark. Or not quite that dark, but it does look pretty dark in person.
Yeah, it's somewhere between ours. I think it's always, the color's always between, it's a little bit lighter than yours, a little bit darker than mine. I get the light directly.
So just remember that when you watch all of our episodes that we record.
Exactly.
Yeah, just remember that.
Don't be a casual. Make sure you know. So
that's right. You can be in the know. Let's get the caramel apple Fandango on the nose. Ooh.
I mean, that green tart apple is very prominent, but you do get that like caramel sweetness as well.
There's a very nice caramel sweet character coming in behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very candy sweet with that green apple pop. That smells really good.
It really does. So
now, Bobbin for Caramel, the one that Nosy does, is it a sour technically?
No,
it is.
It's a Berliner Weiss.
Yeah, which is in that category, right?
Yeah. So,
right, let's try it out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow.
So, caramel richness is definitely there. And the apple comes in with it's pretty tart, that apple in there. I mean, it's sour, so you expect that.
Yep.
Maybe a little more tart than I was expecting. Kind of takes away some of that sweetness from the caramel. It does balance pretty well, though.
It does. It starts off green apple. Then it actually gets tart. It's not tart like immediately, but pretty quickly after the tartness kicks up. And then the tartness kind of starts to dissipate, and then the caramel picks up mid-palate. And as you leave it like sit on the tongue, like you've got a little bit of that like sour sting in your mouth, like a little bit, I think, from the tart hit. But like what lingers is the caramel out the back. For me.
Yeah. That caramel's really like there's almost like might be just a placebo effect. It's almost like stickiness from the caramel flavor, a caramel note in the back of your palate. Like it lingers there after you're swallowing everything. If you like that tartness on this is a great beer for me. If you don't, it might scare you off a little bit because that tartness is pretty sharp. It's sharper than you expect.
It is. I think you have to appreciate a sour beer to like this, but if you're into caramel apples, like, doesn't get too much closer than this. Bobbin for Caramel, the actual nosy version, not the Mobcraft version, I think had a similar caramel note to this, where it was pretty pronounced. What's the Bourbon County variant that they released that year too? Caramello,
yeah.
That was 2020. They released that. That was really, really good. Again, a different type of beer. That's a wheat wine with some of these characteristics. I really like this flavor profile in like a fall, wintry type beer.
Yeah.
It's really tasty and festive. And I feel like Toppling Goliath did a really good job with this, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's I have no idea, but it's to your point. You brought up three beers that essentially have the same flavor profile, but the styles differ to make it a different beer each time across. And it's funny just how similar they all are, but also very just different in the ways they finish everything. I think this is interesting. I to your point, like, this is really well done. It's balanced really well. It's tasty. I don't know if it's something I would drink a lot of. Like, this is probably one and done, and we'll have to move on to something else. But it is very tasty.
I agree. Pretty impressed with this. Why don't you give us your rating first? Since I think I went first.
I do enjoy it. That tartness is not necessarily for me though. So I'm gonna go 3.75. If it was a little less tart, I'd probably push it towards a 4 because that caramel's really good on this. I'm not a fan of that tart, but it's hard to ignore how well made this beer is. So I'm gonna go 3.75.
If this wasn't a sour, I'd be right there with you. But because it is, and I was kind of expecting it or hoping for it a little bit, I'm actually going 4.25 on this. Like, the caramel notes, the quality of the apple characteristics on this, and that tart punch is something that I was hoping was going to be there. I really am enjoying this a lot more than I was even expecting to. So, well done, Toppling Goliath. And that's 3 pretty good beers in this box already. Like, this is probably the most out there one of the 3 so far, but, like, I mean, pretty good start.
Hey, 3 beers, 3 unique styles from 3 states. That's a fun start. Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, super fun. Yep. Well, thanks again to BJ's Crafty Tap for putting this together, and my buddy Brent for hooking us up with these around Christmas time. This has been fun so far, and we're looking forward to beer number 4 whenever we get to it here in the very near future. If you're watching the channel, another reminder, similar to last week, make sure you check out our March Madness Wisco beer bracket coming out here over the next month or so. We're going to be releasing episodes every week. Starting this upcoming Sunday is our Selection Sunday video, where we are going to showcase all 16 beers from the state of Wisconsin that are going to be in our bracket this year. And we're going to actually build out that bracket for you, and you'll see exactly which beers are going to be competing against each other. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll roll through that bracket as we inch towards March Madness and basketball and all that fun. So stick around, a lot more great content where this one came from. Thanks for watching, and we'll all see you in the next one.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.